I'm Jayson Jorgensen. Glad you could join us for another edition of HuskerChat. It's brought to you by Acres Equipment. We once again are joined by Sean Callahan, the publisher of Husker Online. Sean, another tough one for Nebraska. I don't know how many times we've said this. They continue to come up with ways to lose games. This one really had to sting because they dominated the second half of the game, but still not enough as the Spartans won it in overtime.
I mean, Jayson, you've been around a lot of football, and I can't recall a game where you hold a top 25 team to no first downs in the second half and just completely dominate. And on the other end, your offense is running pretty routinely 10 to 15 play type drives, gassing their defense. And, the punt obviously happened, but honestly, Nebraska should have finished them off. I mean, they had the opportunity to maybe get a turnover or just kind of get that one more first down needed. They win the game. They couldn't do it, and the special teams came back to bite them. But yeah, that was a hard one because you really feel like, you think about Mel Tucker, the guy, Michigan State's coach. I mean, he stole one from Frost at Colorado in 19, and he stole another one in 21. That's Mel Tucker, now 2-0 against the Huskers.
I think a sobering stat for Scott Frost, and this has really been brought up, and it's been talked about before, but 15 losses now in one possession games. There's got to be something to that.
Yeah, it's the little things, it's the details. The margin for error in a league like the Big Ten, where teams typically only get 8 to 9 possessions a game, is not much. When you only get 8-9 possessions, it's a little bit different than coaching at Central Florida, where teams might get 15 possessions in a game or more. When you kind of size these games down to longer, sustained drives, every little thing like that punt or the field position or just simply catching a punt and not letting it roll 20 more yards, all of those things matter. And Nebraska's just been beaten in those areas here too much.
Today on Husker Chat, we're joined by Sean Callahan, the publisher of Husker Online. It's brought to you by Acres Equipment. I guess if we are going to look at a positive and for a positive, it's the play of the Blackshirts. This defense has developed to a point in which they really are giving Nebraska a shot to win these games.
Yeah, it's playing at an elite level. You can argue probably the best it's been since 2009, 2010. I think the one thing missing is getting some forced turnovers and maybe even just some more sacks. But I think offenses are trying not to hold the ball too long. But when it's 3rd and 1, 3rd and short, they're winning at the line of scrimmage and blowing those plays up. Garrett Nelson, Damian Daniels, JoJo Doman, Ben Stilley. I mean, these guys are playing at a really high level right now.
What was your gauge of the team's mood this week in the press conference? I mean, they got to find a way to put that one behind them, but that's certainly easier said than done.
It's interesting because I just feel like guys know like they should have won the game, and they're almost not mad. I mean, they're angry, but it's like man, just almost like a throw your hands up moment. Like, what else now? What else do we got to do? And they got to win. I mean, that's what they got to do, Jayson. They got to win this next week. And as bad as things feel right now at 2-3, they've got an opportunity here still over these next 7 games. I mean, they can win some of these games at home. The point spreads are all going to be pretty marginal on either way, other than maybe Ohio State. And the Buckeyes aren't playing great football right now either. So, there's opportunities in all 7 of these games if you're really being honest. But I think these next 2 now at home with Northwestern and Michigan are really big.
How do you see this one with the Wildcats? To me, they're always an interesting program. The years are expected to be good. They struggle. And the years like last year, they come out of nowhere and they win the Big Ten West. But they certainly have been up and down here the first month of the year.
Nebraska should win this game. I mean, they're a 10-point favorite right now. I don't know if they'll cover that number. As we know, the history on this series, 8 of the 10 games have been decided by a touchdown or less. It's a 5-5 split. I think Nebraska will win this game, but it will go down to the wire. It will go down to the final possession, and they'll come out on top.
This has been a great series with a lot of great theater. It hasn't always gone Nebraska's way, but forever, for whatever reason, these have just been great games between the Huskers and the Wildcats.
Yeah, it's been arguably the most entertaining series for Nebraska in the Big Ten because no matter what the record is, these games have been great.
All right, we'll see how it shakes out on Saturday night. Sean, as always, thanks a lot for your time and insights.
Thanks, Jayson.
You bet. And that was Sean Callahan, the publisher of Husker Online, joining us for Husker Chat. We're here every week, and it's brought to you by Acres Equipment. I'm Jayson Jorgensen.